Hey everyone, MTast here, and if you use Zhongli, oh my god, he just got a massive buff, but so did Geo characters as a whole. And so when you stack his buff with the Geo buff, my god, he's gonna be cracked. So if you were feeling disappointed and you felt like he was underwhelming, you're about to feel like he's an absolute Geo god. He's going to be a Geo Archon once again. And if you use Ning Wang, if you use Noel, you are going to be feeling really, really good. So let's get into it. What they did is they added HP scaling to his basic attacks, the normal charge and plunged attacks. And so you're going to get some extra damage even if you built him HP and built him support. Your abilities are actually going to do some decent damage. Now, if you could scale, attack damage and build him for attack damage with like a crescent pike, but also have some HP substats, he'd actually hit really hard and he might even be able to carry, but this isn't at all. This isn't everything. They also added HP scaling to his Dominus Lapidus. So when you put these pillars down, it's going to do extra damage based on your HP. So if you are building support and you've been building HP, no problem. Now these are going to be doing some extra damage. On top of this, it still has the 33% of Zhongli's max HP scaling. So if you do stack a bunch of HP on him, you can hit like a truck with your ultimate just like you were, but now everything else is doing more. This changes everything. I'm going to say it about 15 times in this video, boys. This is nuts. So they're also buffing the hold mode of the Dominus Lapidus, and this is one of the biggest buffs. This is actually going to be massive and going to make him much more playable. So what they're doing is it's going to be the same effect as it did before, but when you hold it down, if you don't have the maximum amount of these stone pillars, it's going to plant one. It's going to plant one down on the ground. And so if you do have an extra constellation, you're going to be placing one, kind of every time you shield. It's going to be much easier to have uptime and keep all of those active. This is insanely good. For base Zhongli, it's amazing. But if you have a constellation as well, it's going to make it even more valuable. Now, they also buffed the shield of Zhongli and this ability. It is like 3 times better than it was. Maybe even 4 times better. Maybe even 5 times better. I don't know. It is so much better. It's not even funny. So let me explain all the things that changed here because it might be hard to realize. But here's the big one, is originally it gave you Geo damage absorption. And you would create the elemental crystals and you could pick those up and those would give you shield. But they've actually changed that and they've changed how Geo Shields work, period, in the game. And so look at what this does. It actually is going to give you 150% physical damage and elemental damage, period, reduction. So it's going to make you tankier to physical damage and any element, not just Geo, but any element in the game. Along with those crystals that are popping down, you're going to have more defenses. On top of this, it is going to place down a pillar if you don't have the maximum amount. So if you have 2 of them, if you've got the Constellation 1, it's going to be much easier to upkeep these while popping shields and getting tanky. On top of this, it's going to help with interrupts. Before, you would get launched in the air when you're in the middle of your animation, and now you just tank that thing. That is amazing. So we're going to be much tankier than we were. The shield is going to be much more valuable because it's reducing physical and elemental damage. We're going to be placing the maximum amount of pillars we can every time we use that. We're going to be putting down an extra one and refreshing it, and that's amazing. And on top of this, it's going to be doing more damage because of that HP scaling. So the shield, great. The damage, awesome. He's going to be super valuable there. But guess what? Geo as a whole is getting buffed. Geo Resonance is getting a massive buff. Before, it would increase your attack damage by 15% while shielded. But now, enemies protected by the shield have the following characteristics. Damage dealt is increased by 15%. That is a much different thing. So increased attack damage means it's taking your base attack damage and it's giving you 15% more of that, almost like an artifact would, right? But now it's increasing all damage by 15%. That means that it's increasing your crit damage and every single thing. It's scaling on top. So that is a huge buff. It's increasing shield strength by 15%. And dealing damage to enemies will decrease their Geo resistance by 20%. If you have a Ning Wang main DPS, she is going to become absolutely busted. She's going to be absolutely insanity if you use Geo Resonance. Ningguang Zhongli is going to be one of the best teams out there. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. So Geo Shields, this is for everyone. Zhongli, Noelle, picking up the crystals. It used to just give Geo damage absorption, which not many enemies are using Geo damage anyways. Like, who gives a shit? But now it's giving you that physical damage and elemental damage absorption. This makes you so much tankier, it's not even funny. And, like, these changes are coming in 1.3, so we're going to have to wait. It's not happening in 1.2. But these changes are going to make Geo, as a whole, one of the stronger elements in the game. If you want to stay safe in something like the Spiral Abyss, where everything one-bangs you, I can imagine that Geo characters are going to maybe not be meta, but they're going to be way higher up on the tier list. Like, we actually are going to have to redo the tier lists. I'm telling you right now, when 1.3 hits, I think I'm going to do a whole new tier list video because this changes everything. With the HP scaling being added, with the utility of getting the extra pillars added, with the changes to those defenses, he is going to be so good, it's not even funny. I'm not saying to go blow a bunch of Primo Gems to get him, but if you did get him, you're going to be a lot happier. Especially if you were unhappy, well, now you hopefully will be kind of, rewarded for using those Primo Gems on him. You're going to feel like you actually got a good character, and I am really, really pumped up about this. My free-to-play God account has C1, and so I was like, I'll use him, is what it is. But knowing that this is coming, it has made me like so much happier about having this character, and I'm sure it will for many of you. Now, we know that these buffs are coming in 1.3, and I'm glad that they got this out now, because there are a few more days on the banner. And I can imagine there's a lot of people that maybe were scared off from wishing. They saw some videos and said, man, he doesn't look very good. There was a lot of community uproar. People were very angry about him, and they said that he was like one of the worst 5 stars in the game. I don't know if this makes him one of the top 5 stars, but it does make him much better. Now, I'm not going to say go wish on this banner and get him. But if you got him, you're probably happier. And if you do need some like Razor Constellations or Shang-Yun, maybe you do wish on the banner and you're not going to feel as bad, getting him. But I don't think that he's like Venti level OP or anything like that. So I'm not going to be like, you got to go get him right now. You got to get him right now. If you've got the Primo Gem saved up and you were scared away from wishing for him because he looked like he sucked, well, at least he can look better, and it's kind of for you to judge. But I don't want to bait you and be like, yep, he's OP, you gotta get him, because I don't know if that's the case. I just think that these are amazing changes to him. He is going to be much better, and Geo as a whole is going to be much better. But I'm not going to call this guy OP and like the best thing since sliced bread. He's not on Venti level for me. He's not wish on this guy, you must wish on this guy. And I think Venti is. There are some characters where I would say, save up, 20,000 Primo Gems and make sure you get them. And I don't think that he's that guy. I don't think so. But that's just me. Thank you so much, Mihoyo, for recognizing that he was too weak. The community said he was too weak. And I'm glad these changes are out now before that banner goes away and kind of screws people over from getting him if they wanted him. 1.3, I mean, I can't wait for it. It's going to make my account so much stronger. Like, I literally can't wait. I don't think there's anything much more to say. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And one last thing before I go. Remember that every character, especially when you get their flower, is going to get 17, 18, 19,000 HP, right? And so if you did want to build him as like a main DPS, I think that you finally can, and you're going to get really, really good DPS out of him. And that's one of the things is this change opens doors as well, because he was kind of pigeonholed into the support role, and maybe you want to be Big Daddy DPS, and it looks like you're going to be able to. So cool. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if you guys haven't tried it out already, go to advanced.gg/mtashed and pick up some Mango Splash. I've got an amazing energy drink. It is a delicious mango flavor, but there's a bunch of other flavors there as well. Use code MTASHED for 10% off at checkout. Links are down below. Go check out the energy drinks. They've got the energy formula, which is just caffeine. This one is a nootropic. It is clinically proven to help with your focus while studying and gaming. It is an incredible product, and I vouch for it. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye-bye.